Hey guys, it's Jennifer Don Gaviola, and it's been a while. Uh, as you know, for those of you watching what's been going on, like what I shared last week, I had a pipe burst in my kitchen unexpectedly. So the kitchen is like, I'm basically having a unexpected kitchen remodel. So it's been a challenge. Not gonna lie, it's been a challenge. Last week was really about just getting the leak fixed, the pipe fixed, and then this week was really about acclimating into this new, adjusting to this change from not having a functional kitchen. So taking it day by day, but it really got me thinking about just the progress that I've made from a spiritual standpoint on how to transform like obstacles into things that really serve us. So I titled this Facebook Live, How I Turn Bad Days into Paydays, because I've been doing a lot of inner work for many years, but especially last year into this year. And so I wanted to share some tips on how you can really leverage life's unexpected challenges to actually work in your favor. So, okay, so I call this How I Turn Bad Days into Paydays. So let me back up how what I experienced last year, 2018, and beginning of this year, just to give you some perspective, and then how I transformed those to actually work in my favor. So last year was, on the whole, it was very transformational. I had a lot of highs, but I also had a lot of lows. And so some things that I experienced were like at the beginning of last year, my business was a little bit slower than normal. So I had to adjust to that. My right ankle my ankle joint was inflamed. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis many years ago. So my ankle joint was inflamed and it wouldn't go away. So I was having trouble walking. So that was challenging. Also, I had to let go of some relationships that were no longer serving me. So that was a kind of painful to have to let go of relationships that were long-standing, but it just definitely was no longer aligned. So just sharing that in 2018, I actually, each one of those things individually were difficult, but experiencing those things, within a short period of time, it was challenging. It was challenging. So, but I'm happy to say by the end of 2018, just in December, I banked $26,000 in my business. That's with all this stuff going on, right? And then at the beginning of 2019, I shared last week that I had food poisoning. I don't know exactly what I ate that got me sick, and then again, my kitchen pipe bursting, and that was, again, a lot. So really, these obstacles, challenges, it was like a lot to take in, but my word of the year, like I shared last week, was renewal. So I just took this as, okay, it's an opportunity for me to practice this new way of being. Like I wanted to let go of 2018 and then really start fresh in a light way that felt joyful, light, limitless. And so I don't believe in coincidences. So I trust that things are actually happening for me. So even during that time with happening with my kitchen and being sick, I still banked for a little over $4,000. So in total, as of date today, I've banked about $30,000 since December. So, for all of these situations that happened, I had the choice to see these situations as obstacles, and they're happening like to me, like a victim. Like I was so used to like this mentality of things, this story of like, oh, these, woe is me, these things are happening to you. Why is this happening to me? And it's the sort of like small-minded, like victim mentality. And so that was just my way of surviving for a long time. But last year, I just made a conscious decision, like, no, I'm gonna really look at everything that happens in my life from more of this victor mindset, like I can overcome anything. And so that everything is actually working in my favor. And so that is what my decision, that conscious decision last year and then carrying over to this year. And that has really helped me open up so much energetic space within myself to receive on this whole new level, spiritually and financially. So, for example, I thought it would be helpful if I explain to you like all of the challenges I went through, how I was able to pivot and reframe these situations so they actually serve me. So, for example, when my business was slow at the beginning of last year, sure, I could have looked at it like, oh no, maybe this is a sign I should quit, or, why is this happening to me? This is a bad sign. But I looked at it like it gave me the opportunity to slow down, rest, and it really gave me the chance to strengthen my faith and cultivate a deeper relationship with God, really and truly. So my word last year was reverence. And so last year was about like having trust and faith in the process, faith in God, faith in things working in my favor. So yeah, so when my business was slow, that was my time to really allow myself to be led and guided. So that was a blessing I received from that. And then with my ankle joint, having trouble walking because it was stiff, I prayed about like how I could, find a solution to help that was like natural. And so I was guided to drink celery juice. So I've been drinking celery juice every morning since last year. And it's given me the chance to detox my body and really have more energy and have, definitely reduce the inflammation in all my joints, not just my ankle joint. So that's another example of like how I consciously chose to see this in a way that would serve me. Another thing, like when I talked about like losing relationships that didn't serve me, I had to make a conscious decision to let go of some relationships because they were too toxic. They just were not healthy. They weren't serving me anymore. So I had to say yes to me and then say no to these relationships that just, had to go because it just wasn't healthy. So that one in particular, that situation in particular, definitely helped me to really let go of this whole victim mentality, like this belief that I had to be in relationships like that in order to be successful or to move forward in my life. Like I really let go of that belief, and in doing so, I am now attracting even more healthier relationships, and I'm cultivating a healthier relationship, especially with myself. And then regarding the food poisoning, I chose to look at that as it was like a detox also, detoxing my whole body. And that actually happened during the whole pipe break situation. And, looking back at last week, I really feel like having gone through that physical challenge while going through the stress of my kitchen, it really made me get out of my head because I was so focused on just like getting through this whole kitchen situation, but not worrying too much about it because I didn't feel very good physically. So it was like, I just had to just go with it. And so that in itself, helped me to stop over stressing myself and just like, again, just trust the process and just go with it, even though it's like uncomfortable. And the last thing I want to talk about is that my kitchen remodel, like letting go of the old and receiving the opportunity to create this like renewed space. My word is renewal for the year. And so looking at my kitchen, it's inconvenient, but it's not, it's not life or death, but it's like, it's an opportunity for me to have a renewed, amazing new kitchen and a new space, sacred space in our home. And my background, in branding and design, it's like I'm excited to have the opportunity to design like a new kitchen, So, and I feel like, again, all of these situations, how I was able to move through it is because I made the conscious decision to believe that everything was working for me. And so that's how I've been able to move through these challenges with grace and resilience, and help me really let go more of this old victim mentality and to cultivate like this more of this victor mentality. So I can feel it in my spirit, in my energy, that I'm able to receive on whole new levels spiritually and especially financially because I've let go of so much old energy, and now I'm allowing myself to have more energetic space to receive on a whole new level because I feel safer to receive more. It just feels differently. Like I'm just talking about my kitchen, like me a year ago going through that, I would have been really stressed out because I want if anything is outside of my normal routine, or if disturbs my normal habits, it was like I get stressed out. But now I feel like God is using all these situations for me to practice being resilient, being flexible, being graceful, being strong, and adaptable, because I feel like where God is promoting me to, I'm going to need these skills. Life is not always predictable. So I feel like moving through all of these challenges, accepting, like I shared in my video when I was in my kitchen, accepting what is, and then allowing myself to feel, of course I feel stressed. Of course, some days I want to cry. Of course, I feel upset with all the changes and stuff and all the stuff I experienced last year. Of course, I'm human. But again, like at the end of the day, I don't let each situation stop me. I actually decide to allow it to strengthen me. And it takes time. But again, it's just I've made a conscious decision to see my life in general from a victor mentality, And that's what I've learned, that to reach new levels in your life and your business, you really have to have this like heart of a champion. I like to call it a gentle warrior, because like as the introvert, we feel so much. We're highly sensitive. If you're an empath too, we have so much like depth and compassion, but there's also so much strength to us, because we can see beyond the surface and we can feel things deeply. That's a strength. And so, you have to be willing to like see how any challenge in your life is meant to benefit you and serve you. If you want to reach like new levels, especially in your business, because change is the constant. So what's going to determine your success is how you're going to adapt. How are you going to adapt to the constant changes and the divine downloads, and how are you going to move fluidly with grace in your life and your business in a way that serves you, right? Because at the end of the day, you really have to embody what it is that you want. If, for example, if you want your business to thrive and you want a lot of prosperity coming in, you have to embody this sort of abundant sort of mindset that way you can hold that space for yourself. That way you can hold it, because if you are, again, stuck in this victim mentality, thinking that everything happens to you and you feel like you're leading your life through fear, there's no energetic space to hold anything more than what is in what you feel comfortable with. Your comfort zone is determined by your fears and limitations. And so if you allow yourself to expand your comfort zone, especially during times of adversity, then you become more of an overcomer of your life rather than just reacting to your life. You're actually responding in a very conscious way. And it definitely takes practice, takes a lot of resilience, it takes a lot of faith, it takes a lot of grace. But, you know, me being in business for over 8 years, and again, with these financial breakthroughs that are happening for me, the 30K since December, I mean, that's no accident, you know. I could have, you know, if I made a choice last year to stay in this whole victim mentality, a lot of the situations I feel like could have broken my spirit, but, you know, I could have quit, but I chose not to. I allowed myself to feel and grieve and feel all of my emotions, but I made the conscious decision, like, I didn't come this far just to get this far. Like, I've come so far. Like, if I think about who I was even 10 years ago, it's like night and day, you know, being like, used to be very controlling and a perfectionist. And then now, like, just to see how I'm responding to being adaptable and like letting things just kind of flow, and me not stressing out over every little thing. I mean, it's miraculous. And I just want to encourage you to know that just because you're used to living your life a certain way, you can always, if you look at your evolution as doesn't have to be scary. It's something that's positive. It's always serving you. And when challenges come your way, just accept it's just a part of your growth process. It's a part of your evolution. So I hope this is helpful, because I really feel like life, what I'm learning is that you can't predict what life is going to throw your way, but you can, your power lies in how you respond to your life, how you choose to see things happening in your life. And I was telling a client this week that when negative things happen, seemingly negative things happen, having bad days, when you can get into this rhythm where you allow yourself to accept it and then feel it and then leverage it, that's what I was telling her. Leverage it. Leverage, like, if something negative happens, give yourself the space and the grace to feel it, and then leverage that to work in your favor. So it actually propels you to the next level and to the next level. Then you always feel like you're in control of your life from a very empowered perspective, rather than like, oh, why is this happening? Like, you don't feel this burden. It's more like, okay, I have a handle over this, you know, especially when you can trust and believe that God, life, the universe is actually working in your favor, right? Then you know, like, okay, I'm being carried. I'm being carried through this process, you know. So I hope this is helpful. And if this resonates with you, I did want to share that next week we're starting our Quiet Voice Big Impact Mastermind for 2019. And that mastermind is really designed to help you cultivate this victor mentality for the mindset and your strategy to help you build your business, grow your business in a way where you're reaching new levels, but it feels always very sustainable to your well-being and your energy as an introvert. So if this resonates with you, I invite you to sign up for a complimentary discovery call with me. You can send me a private message, or you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com. See if I missed anything here. Yeah, but we start next week, and it's I always talk about the turtle way. That's really the philosophy that we how we work. Slow and steady wins the race. So it's really about being deliberate. It's not necessarily about being slow. It's about honoring your natural pace and being deliberate with what action steps you take, what ways you choose to honor your energy, these non-negotiables, so you have a strong foundation in your business, and you can cultivate your discernment and, again, take action on the right things that will help move your business forward without sacrificing your energy or your well-being, right? So I hope this is helpful. I've been wanting to share this topic for a little while, but I've been just waiting for me to feel, you know, like my cup is like full, because lately it's less like so much change at once. So I've been like giving myself just time each day just to be present and to just get full. I've been like resting a lot and just taking my time and navigating like not having a functioning kitchen. And anyway, all these changes, I did feel led to share this video to help inspire you to navigate any sort of challenge you're going through, and to remind you that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So it does take courage and faith for you to operate in this way, but it just takes, you know, practice little by little to allow yourself to operate in this new way that you know in your gut is meant to serve you. So just trust and believe you can do it. Just stay committed to just doing a little bit each day to think in this way, and you will see the opportunities, the people you attract, things are going to shift even more in your favor. So let me know what resonates with you, your biggest takeaways. You can share in the comments. Again, if you are interested in learning more about my Quiet Voice Big Impact Icon Mastermind for 2019, starting next week, and definitely help you reach new levels of growth in your business, especially spiritually and financially. I like to say it's like soul meets strategy, all in this like turtle way of operating, right? So you can email me at info@dawningsoul.com or send me a private message. And I wanted to end this live just sharing some vintage finds that I found. So look at this. It always makes me feel better. Just a side note. It always makes me feel better, like when I put on something that I love. It really helps me get in the right energetic vibe. I just feel more myself. So like, for example, here, wearing this sweater, this vintage sweater I found. And then these earrings, look at how dope these are. They're actually clear. Like clear here, and then this gold. I love it. Like, I never know what I love until I see it, but when I saw these earrings, I was like, oh yes, yes. Whenever I do my next photo shoot, definitely gonna wear these earrings. Maybe even wear this sweater. We'll see. But when I put these on this morning, and with the red lips, I felt so myself. It helps me get in the zone. It helps me feel really grounded and attuned to my spirit. So yeah. Well, that's another video talking about sacred style. But anyway, I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you have a good weekend, and would love to know your biggest takeaways from this video. Okay, and I will connect with you again next week. Bye, guys.